the offense occurred. You want to tell them?
There's an elephant in the room here. The elephant in the room is
Substance abuse and mental health.
you got 7 other cases pending.
What is missing from this PSI is what they found in her car. They found a checkbook inside her purse that belonged to another individual.
I'm going to put you over there in the box and do something here. Think about something. Okay.
What you just saw was a judge reaching his limit and a prosecutor exposing a massive secret. But why was Shelby Smith really running that night? The answer wasn't in the police report. This is the state of Texas versus Shelby Brook Smith. What started as a simple traffic stop turned into a dangerous high-speed chase through red lights. Her defense claims she was just panicking, spiraling after a personal tragedy. But Mr. Ham just dropped a bombshell. Stolen checkbooks and multiple Social Security cards were found hidden in her car. With 7 other pending cases and 5 years of prison on the line, is Shelby a victim or a career criminal? If you want to see exactly how the legal system catches a lie in real time, hit subscribe. We break down the psychological tactics most people miss. Let's go back to how this began.
25 CR 706 is now called the state of Texas versus Shelby Brook Smith. That is you. Present, your attorney, Mr. Kimber, and the state's attorney. Earlier, you pleaded to the 3rd-degree felony of evading arrest, or detention with a motor vehicle. That's a 3rd-degree felony, which carried with it up to 10 years in prison. The agreement here is that whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 5 years in prison. So we are looking at no less than 2, no more than 5 years confinement in prison. Deferred or unadjudicated probation can be assessed. I'm about to sneeze. The pollen is out there, folks. Also, you could be sentenced
Would you like me to move?
to no less than 2, no more than 5 years confinement in prison. That sentence could be suspended and you could be placed on regular probation for up to 10 years in length. I think those are your 3 options there. And a pre-sentence report has been prepared and the parties had an opportunity to review it. And are there any corrections or changes to it?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, it's corrections.
We reviewed it, no objections, sure.
All right, it's made a part of the record for all purposes. Go ahead. State can go first and we'll let Mr. Kendall have.
I'll reserve, Your Honor, and allow
Go ahead.
the defense to go first.
Your Honor, I don't know that Mr. Ham's recommendation is going to be subject to the pre-sentence report. I would just observe that there doesn't appear to be anything in the pre-sentencing report that would be indicative of some sort of really egregious evading. I think what happened here is that the defendant panicked, was probably not in the best mental state at the time this occurred, and didn't.
Why not?
Well, and that's what I was going to address further on as I get along with it. The poor decision making capacity on her part. I think that there was no issue as far as contraband being in the vehicle that she was intending to evade, the search of the vehicle, another felony case, other felony prosecutions. Additionally, she didn't have a warrant. There was really no good reason for her to evade other than just poor decision making and perhaps mental stress.
Mental stress for what?
I'll let her address
Yeah,
that. I'm not, I don't know. Been talking to her that she's getting out as far as the specifics of that, positive factors. And I note that in the pre-sentence report, moral recognition therapy is recommended. I actually researched what moral recognition therapy is. It's a 12 to 16 week course that involves group sessions and individualized counseling designed to the conate portion of that to address
Well, we do it regularly.
decision
We
making.
have it ordered in a regular
Yes,
fashion.
sir, and I believe it's what appears to
I
me
hear
to
it's
be
supposed to be effective.
an efficacious program. And as far as aiding her and making better decisions and engaging in better decision making processes, her cognitive abilities before making decisions. There also seems to be an ethical or moral element to this.
Yeah.
Program, which also probably would be beneficial to her, although I'm not sure if it'd be about moral imperatives of stopping the interface with law enforcement. Leading down to it. I suppose there might be a moral implication of that too. And of course, that would get addressed in the program. And I think that's something she would benefit from. And aid her in making better decisions in the future. I'll defer to Ms. Smith to maybe give the court a better idea of what our thought processes were at the time these offenses occurred. You want to tell them?
There's an elephant in the room here. The elephant in the room is
Substance abuse.
no, you got 7 other cases pending.
Those are Tyler, somewhere in
I
Tyler.
don't care if they're,
I'm gonna address.
as long as they're on this planet.
I think that what's gonna happen
I mean-
here, and talking with the prosecutors, they're looking at what the court's gonna do here. As far as what all it does.
Well, and this is a fact here. I just want to make sure you were on probation from Orange County when you committed this offense, correct? You have to speak out.
Yes, sir.
So she can.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so you're on probation for a illegal possession of controlled substance. It looks like some kind of it's a state jail felony. Then you commit this offense and thereafter being placed on probation, and then your probation was revoked. It looks like a year ago or so, February a year ago,
Yes,
correct? And you were sentenced to 18 months in the state jail.
Yes, sir.
Did you complete that sentence? When did you complete it? You must have had some additional time already.
Yes, sir, I did. I got out last summer.
Oh, you didn't spend long, is what
Yes,
you're
sir.
saying? Okay. So you're on probation, and then that was revoked, and then you were sentenced to 18 months on that one. Then it looks like all of these are the same. Well, there's not all the same date. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 burglaries of a building, burglaries of habitation, engaging organized criminal, tampering and fabricating with physical evidence,
That should be child care.
and possession of a controlled substance. All in, the date of offense is February 16th of 23. And that was, it looks like before you were placed on probation in Orange County, that was later revoked till last year. And then those are all pending cases. Those haven't been disposed of yet.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Oh,
So,
I'm representing.
okay. Then you've got this new evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle, the 3rd-degree felony that pops up, and it is committed on November 12th of 2024 after you were on probation for that Orange County case. And after it's alleged you committed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offenses out of Tyler County that are pending. Then I didn't even talk about the misdemeanors, Richard. We got evading arrest or detention pending in Tyler County. A failure to identify in Tyler County. And then you receive 30 days in jail for a theft of property, I guess here in Jefferson County. Is that right?
yes, sir.
What's all this all about?
I had lost my daughter and I was kind of spiraled out of control.
When?
Let's see, about 4 years ago.
What was the date?
When I lost my daughter.
Yes.
But
You certainly know that.
No, but she didn't.
We all know when
No,
we lose a child,
CPS.
exactly the moment that happened.
Well, it was she didn't pass or nothing. It was to CPS. I lost her to CPS.
Oh,
Yes. So.
why?
Because her father got caught with drugs.
Because of her father? You
Well,
lost?
yes, sir. So she,
That's not the way it works.
well, he had said that I was a dangerous child.
Well, they must articulate some reason.
Right.
Okay. Nonetheless, so do you have any children? Ask.
I have 13-year-old.
That's in your care.
Yes, sir.
What about that? I mean, you're committing crimes here. You can go to prison for a long time if you added all this stuff up. And you got a child at home?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
come on. But on one hand, you say, well, I'm suffering because one of my children were taken away from me, but you have a child at home that's you're responsible for, and you've got all these crimes. That doesn't make any sense. Ma'am,
I was kind of hanging around the wrong people.
whose choice was that?
No.
Okay, what else? See, these are your choices, like we all make it. These are fixable by doing the right thing. You know it's the right choice. We all know. You consciously continue to make the wrong choice,
That's what,
which is I wish you wouldn't, which I wish you wouldn't do. Not only for your sake, for your family.
So,
believe us.
Where are you in things?
right now I'm having trouble. I'm making better decisions now.
Okay.
But I think maybe I just needed to see that making bad decisions has consequences, you know. Like I said, I just wanted to yeah, so I got locked up in a they offered
Yeah, there's a great book written by a person named, it says, I am third. I am third. Our creator is first, others are second, including our family. I come in third. And that's,
yes.
you know, it has a good message. It certainly plays out a lot here in this room. So people who forget that they have responsibilities that are more important
Yes, sir.
than them, especially family. You didn't get to pick them. I mean, people, you know, our creator gifted you with that. All right. So what do we do?
Well, I would suggest deferred adjudicated probation, not those, our 10/10 is on third degree. I suppose you wouldn't extend their exposure if you got deferred. If you sentence her to 5, if you knock her out, Your Honor, parole being what it is with a non-aggravated offense, she probably would do it the most too, as long as she doesn't get any type of problems when she's institutionalized. So I think probation actually may be the harder course for her at this point with the exposure. You're doubling her exposure to 10 versus 5 in the event that she isn't able to maintain a law-abiding lifestyle and abide by the conditions of probation. So arguably, I think that the probation is a harder sentence potentially than the 5. And again, she evidenced as far as her behavior since being released from state jail, not accumulating any other cases. Well, I mean, other than this, I suppose, without in state, that she is amenable to rehabilitation and amenable to the MRT program. So I would argue that the entity of society would be better served if she were placed on probation and attempt to rehabilitate her and incarcerate her.
I have a different opinion about all this, Judge. I want to start with number one, the classification the defense has given you about this offense. Having watched the video of her evading here, we're lucky that she's standing here. It's the risk of life that occurred here whenever she's disobeying all the traffic lights on 11th Street from 11th and Laurel all the way down to Luby's. Again, it's just amazing. And I made those comments in my notes, and I don't usually do that unless it's something that is notable that I plan to use in trial. What is missing from this PSI is what they found in her car that I hope explains why it is that she was running. According to the officer's report, when they inventoried her vehicle, they found a checkbook inside her purse that belonged to another individual by the name of Elizabeth or Martin Graham. In addition to that, they
Who was
found,
that?
I'm not sure. I don't recall.
All right, go ahead.
in addition to that, they
I know
found,
all the checkbooks in my car. I know whose they are.
they found,
Everybody pretty much does. too.
they found an EBT card and social security card that belonged to a Jonah Glover. In the same stack of those cards located
Who's
was
that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
7 medical insurance cards, another social security card, a different state Texas driver's license card, 2 bank cards, a different food stamp card, 2 scrap metal cash transaction cards, all belonging to other individuals. Now, Your Honor knows that
Or other names.
right, that could have been a separate offense altogether. And why they didn't charge that's a law enforcement decision as far as that's concerned. But this certainly explains conduct underlying as to why she did what she did on that date, not this explanation that was provided to the PSI officer. The state of Texas feels that probation was offered to her in Orange County. That resulted in a motion to revoke probation because of this offense. It's why she was revoked and given the 18-month state jail time. She had, and again, I don't understand why Tyler County is 8 pending charges. You said 7. I don't know why these weren't resolved prior to her going on probation, because those offenses.
Yeah, I'm only counting 7 here in the pre-sentence.
I counted.
But that's
I may have miscounted, Judge.
Well, I don't think there's a substantial difference there.
There's
There's a lot.
There's two
many.
2 misdemeanors and 6 felonies. They all arise from February 16th of 2023, all along the lines of the kinds of things that we're talking about. Evading. There's an obvious trend here about the criminal activity that's obviously present here on this date that we're dealing with. So it's no wonder they're waiting to see what Your Honor's going to do on this case before they decide what to do here. I know that if she was on our probation here and that was ours, I'd be asking for prison time. Just because the fact that it's in a different county and we've got this same deal, I don't take a different position. She had her chance. There's not a reason why we should reward her for successfully not killing anybody on that day and give her probation. That's not what's warranted here. And then what really says a lot about this is when you get into the PSI's writing here, and she's talking to this person that's giving you this report, she doesn't seem worried at all about it. That's when she's having her candid one-on-one conversation before she appears here. And that's what the officer writes here on underneath the recommendations. She refers to her pro-social and antisocial behavior throughout the interview. Those are comments that have just not been addressed by anything that we've heard here. The cap is 5. 5 is what I'm asking.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Kimberly?
What
do you?
I respect Mr. Hand's opinion. Obviously, it's predicated on some factual arguments.
What do you think is best for your client?
I would submit to the court that she is amenable to rehabilitation. That appears in the pre-sentence report through the recommendation. They're not recommending probation.
Credit for now.
I would just suggest to the court that she is someone that is eligible, and you could place her on 10 years probation.
Have you been on bond?
I mean, sir.
Okay.
It says, tell me, when did you make bond?
For this count.
How long have you been out?
For every
December,
count.
right before Christmas.
So December.
So like,
Financially, how did you do that? Because, are you retained, Mr. Kim?
Yes, it's her grandmother.
Okay, somebody helped you on all of this,
okay,
and you've been out for how long?
about 4 months.
30, you only have about 30 days credit on all of this. I was just curious. All right. Anything else?
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
No, sir.
Okay. Stanley. Right, do you have another case?
I'm over in drug court. As soon as I finish here, I can come back.
Can you come back on
Yes, sir.
that? Because I'm gonna put you over there in the box and do something here. Think about something. Okay.
I'll come as soon as I finish. Honestly.
Okay,
The judge made his move. Shelby's now sitting in the box while he weighs the heavy reality of her future. But here's the question. Does Shelby deserve a second chance because of her past trauma? Or is she simply a danger to the public? Comment below, Team Prosecution or Team Defense? Who do you believe? If this case kept you on edge, hit like. Share this with a friend who loves deep dive legal drama.